What's up, everyone? Welcome to a True Underground Story podcast. I'm your host, Timmy Burner, and I'm with TYS Markie. Talk your shit. Tell people a bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Yo, man, I'm a little bit from everywhere, but what I rap is Dayton. When I was a kid, lived in Dayton, moved to Florida for about 7 years. Came back to Dayton, went like halfway through 7th grade. Was in Ohio ever since up until December. Now I'm in Indianapolis. So, so just be moving around, shaking and moving, but I'm a little bit from everywhere, and I'm just a nigga making music. I'm just a nigga making music, you know.
What was your childhood like in Dayton, and then the transition from Dayton to Florida like?
Yeah, so I transitioned. I was in kindergarten in I was in kindergarten in Dayton, and everything was cool. We jumped around from city to city because I lived a little bit in Fairborn. I lived in Xenia for a little bit. Then went to kindergarten in Dayton, and it was fun. I mean, I can't really remember too much of my childhood in Dayton. Most of it was in Florida. And my childhood was mostly taken up by sports and being a badass little kid, you know, just doing what I want to do out here, just a little bit of everything because always been on the lower side of the income scale pretty much all my life. And when we moved to Florida, nothing really changed, but all my friends was rich. I used to live in the 7th best place to live in the U.S. around the time. And it's called Lake Merritt, Florida, and that's where a lot of people, where a lot of famous people came and was just living. Like across the bridge was Heathrow, and Dwight Howard's mom lived over there, Shaq's mom, and Ray Lewis and his kids did. Well, his baby mom and his kids did. So basically, surrounded by rich, living in Section 8 housing. So it was getting sent to the black school all the way across town, while the other school was 2 blocks down. So it was a pretty crazy childhood, but you know, now a nigga who he is. So
So how long have you been making music now?
Shit, since I busted out the ball sack, you know, I'm playing. I would say. Shut the fuck up, Christian. But I would say that I've been making music pretty much since I was a kid. Like, I was writing fucking these terrible ass bars in this SpongeBob folder, and this was in kindergarten. This is where I can remember it, and it was ass. And then like all throughout my school years, I was always writing fucking trying to write raps for science class and doing a little bit of this, so pretty much all my life, but I've been seriously doing it since 2018. I count seriously because that's when I first uploaded from DistroKid to everywhere. So I'll say seriously, I started in 2018, so it's only been about 4 years now.
How did you come about the Talk Yo Shit part of your name?
So for people that don't know, my name used to be Markie T. And then when the Dayton scene was popping and there was a whole bunch of fucking shows going on, I would go to the shows with my right-hand man, Elijah, you know, and I would just yell, talk your shit at niggas, because I felt like niggas wasn't talking their shit. I thought they was just kind of whispering their shit, and I had to turn them up, you know what I mean? So I was just yelling, talk your shit at random niggas, and the random niggas listened to me yell, talk your shit, and I started getting, like, associated with that. And it was mostly at Only Noise shows when he was throwing it. And then when they were throwing shows at Encore, I would just go there, try to be the life of the party, turn up the crowd, and talk your shit, end up being my little thing. So I decided to rebrand and go with TYS Markie, and, you know, been shit talking ever since.
What was some of the music you kind of grew up listening to as a kid, whether it was like your choice or what your parents had you listening to?
So it's a lot, bro. Like, so I guess my mom, like, always like R&B shit, but she was listening to BG. I remember having his album playing it and shit. So it was BG. My dad was really, my mom was into Lil Wayne too, but my dad was more so into Lil Wayne, and my dad always had Lil Wayne playing. And then this is the funniest shit. So my big brother, he stole an iPod. And at that time, we didn't know how to put songs on the iPod, but he stole it and he gave it to me. And this is like my real burst into music. Like the iPod only had Linkin Park, Kid Rock, Eminem, Nelly. It had fucking Tootsie Roll on it. Y'all niggas know the Tootsie Roll. Let me see. That was my shit because it was that song was on that bitch. So nigga was Tootsie rolling on the bus and shit. You know what I mean? But I had that, and then yeah. So really, I would say my formative years was formed by Eminem, Nelly, and then Linkin Park. Love me, Kid Rock. Devil Without a Cause was my shit. And my coaches would only listen to country music. So country music and hard rock. So Welcome to the Jungle, fucking Back in Black. My favorite country song of all time is Devil Went Down to Georgia. That's my shit. I could damn near sing that song word for word to this day. That was my shit. So I don't know. My shit was just everywhere. And I ain't get into fucking Kanye until like middle school. So it's like my fucking journey in music is just so fucking weird.
Bro, I'm sorry, but I'm just like, I started laughing because I started picturing you listening to some motherfucking Kid Rock.
Nigga, I was turned, nigga. Nigga, Kid Rock wasn't fucking with Kid Me, nigga. I was so turned to that shit. and then quick to listen to some Luther Vandross and some fucking shit and some Marvin Gaye, and yeah, like it goes it's just a lot. Like I listen to everything.
Oh shit. Okay, Will, I saw you commented that you've tuned in every live, and I appreciate that. So message me your shirt size, and I'll order you a shirt, man. What made you want to start pursuing music? I know you said you started writing music at an early age, but what made you finally like get that extra push to like start recording?
So funny you may ask that, but no, I'm playing. But I started basically. Me and Elijah started this shit. We first started recording on this laptop I had, and we was rapping into the webcam. And like that shit's still available, so if anybody wants to check it out, it's on Reverb Nation under Dynasty. That was my like original rap name. And fucking like literally that like started really the love for recording, and we popped out a handful of songs. I went to college for about a year, realized I didn't have really much family support, and I had to pick up a job, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. So when I moved back, I got with one of the producers that I fucked with before I went to college. His name is Marco. So DJ D Money or producer D Money. Like a lot, Mixed by Money, a lot of people know him. But I got with Marco, and then I was just like, I hit up Elijah and said, hey, bro, I'll pick you up to every studio session I got. We gonna get you in there. And then from that day, when I came back, hit him up and went to my first session, we was locked in.
What's Elijah's stage name?
EJ McGee. You know, he be EJ McGeeing on a lot of my songs. You know, him and D Night is probably my most worked with features for real.
I would agree. So how long have you and EJ McGee known each other?
Man, we might as well came out the same nutsack too. You know, I'm just not playing. But so, funny thing is, it feels like I've known Elijah all my life, but I only known him since sophomore year in high school. He transferred in from Trotwood to Xenia. And then we was definitely inseparable our junior years. Like we was locked all the way in. And then after junior year or middle of junior, he went to Springfield and I went to Wayne. So kind of some distance there. But for real, I've known him since about sophomore year.
And how long have you known D Knight now and been working with D Knight?
So it's crazy. I didn't meet him until I started getting into the music stuff. And I think it might have been like 2017. He was good friends with, well, he's still good friends with D Money, DeMarco, and he was at Encore. So basically, I came across his Gucci Gang freestyle, and I was like, bro, this nigga's so dope, and da-da-da. And like I started listening to all his music. And so one day there was a meeting that I happened to be driving Elijah to. For whatever reason, I wasn't invited, so it was one of those situations where me and Elijah go everywhere. So fuck if I was invited or not. If Elijah going, I'm going, and vice versa. But we went to this meeting, and D Knight was a part of it, and they were playing everybody's music to like get them kind of like introduced. And they played D Knight shit, and I knew word for word, and I was like rapping it and shit. And then ever since then, like, when I like somebody's energy and I fuck with them heavy, I just try to do a lot of shit with them. So ever since about 2017 on that day, we've been locked in, great friends. Like him and Elijah is my best friends in the game. And then B's in here too, and that's my sister. So it's just, man, the journey's fucking crazy, I swear. Like how I met you,
Yeah.
your ugly ass.
Oh,
no, man.
It's fucked up. When you decided to like start releasing music and stuff, what did like obviously you're friends with Cool With It since your friends were also like starting to make music, but what did your family think when you started making music?
My family fucking sucks. I love them to death, but they some dicks. So I would say even still to this day, I don't really have much family support except for my siblings. My siblings is the ones I love the fuck out of the most anyway, and they really fuck with my music. I'm the oldest on my dad's side, second oldest on my mom's, and they really love my music, and they're big advocates of it. But everybody else, they are the ones, like some family members are coming around now. Shut the fuck up. And Christian, who's commenting, I've known him since second grade, and that's my nigga. So, but he need to shut the fuck up because he's ugly. But anyways, my family just now coming around, but they're still not super strong in it, and I don't really care because my friends are my family mostly. So as long as I got my group around me, I don't even pay attention to it. I rock with a couple family members that do.
Fuck them. So, would you say you have like a celebrity crush or anything at the moment?
Man, nigga, I got all the crushes. I'm playing. I would say it's a celebrity crush though. I don't know. Like Doja Cat has always been one of my celebrity crushes, but there's this lawyer bitch on the Flash, and sorry I say bitch. She not a bitch, but there's a lawyer chick on the Flash. She bad, and then Chloe Bailey is like probably the top one right now though, because God damn.
What artists would you say kind of like influenced your sound and style?
I don't think anybody really influenced my sound or my style because I'm just so like adaptive. And he said Ruby Rose some heat. Ruby Rose is some heat, but I don't know. It's something about Chloe. But anyways, I'm just so adaptive, and I feel like my sound coming up, I would say, was more influenced because I was heavy with. No, I don't even know. I just think I always have my own sound, but in terms of who I'm influenced by the most, just in like a general sense, I would say definitely Kanye, because he's just so revolutionary with his sound selection, like beat selection, and how he creates. So I would say Kanye, just from like a creative standpoint. And then I was influenced heavily by Eminem when I first started off, but it then kind of faded out when I was trying to figure out how to really rap because I was over putting words in phrases and trying to be like Eminem, like multiple syllables, but it just didn't work for me. Um, but I would say Kanye definitely. But as terms of influence, I think that's my biggest one.
Now, you have a lot of ties with Smart Boy Studios. How did you come about going to using Smart Boy Studios?
Funny you should ask. So, a lot of my journey is fueled with my friends looking out for me, basically. So, we was with Marco. Things happened, and we didn't see eye to eye. So we then transitioned, and we were looking for a place to go. And D Knight has been a person that frequents Razdabar for his pretty much his whole career. And shout out to the Razdabar staff, Don, Taiwan, and rest in peace, Mo. Like, if it wasn't for Knight being at Razdabar and knowing the inner workings of that, and then persuading me and Elijah just to go check it out, we had our first session. It was like an hour session because we just wanted to see how Ash was, and we just didn't know because since we had like a falling out, we were very hesitant on working with anybody else, and so we gave Ash an hour. We recorded Swervin', which is released. Swervin' was our first song ever recorded and mixed by Ash, and literally right after that fucking session, we was in the car. We was like, yeah, shit, this shit's it. That nigga it. So ever since then, and that's like, I looked it up. I think it was March 2018, or maybe it was April 2018 was the first time I ever recorded with Ash. And we've been locked in ever since. And just the relationship just keeps growing and growing with everybody involved with that.
Who are some artists you have like currently in rotation that you're listening to?
So I had backstory for everybody watching. I had hit him and told him like I basically rotate through people in like week intervals. Like it might be 1 week out of the month I'll sit down and listen to all the new releases. And so I'm just going to say who I fucked with most this year or what project I fucked with most this year because it's not really like a set person in rotation except for my regular niggas, you know, D-Night, EJ. I need B to drop so she could be in my rotation, Casso. And so those, I would say, my rotation because you always got to stream your brothers. And when Tree drops, Tree's also going to be in my rotation. But projects I fuck with most, and I don't know if you heard of this guy. His name is Koji Radical. You ever heard of him?
I have not.
I found this nigga on some fucking, like I said, I'm just rotating. He's a Ghanaian rapper, and he's from the UK, and his shit is gas. That's one of my favorite projects of this year. So I would say Koji Radical, Coast Contra, Conway the Machine. I loved his tape or his project. Smino. Yeah, Smino, and I'm a big, heavy listener of fucking Amine, even though he didn't drop nothing. I loved his project last year.
He's a fucking dope artist.
Yeah, I don't think people give him the credit that he deserved.
I don't think so either.
But yeah, I think for the most part, those are my like most standout like rap projects that I really fuck with this year. But there's so many that I really can't name because like I said, I just been consuming. One other person I fuck with Block Boy JB's project so fucking hard. I like that nigga don't be saying nothing, but that nigga be getting me turned. Like so, He's one of the other people I fucked with his project heavy this year too.
You had brought her up a moment ago. Tree, you know, you and her and Dope Donnie all came up around the same time, correct?
Nah. So Dope Donnie, so Tree came up the same time me and Elijah. We were in the studio together, and so that's how we know Tree. Dope Donnie was doing his videographer work before we even knew him. And we met Dope through Only Noe show when I was yelling talk your shit. And that's how I met Donnie, and we locked in and got some videos with Donnie. And yeah, so it's like almost in the same timeline, but Donnie was doing it before even we were.
Right. Okay. Who's a better lyricist, me or you?
Man, I had to concede that to you, boy. I swear. I might have to. I'm okay. So y'all, listen. We breaking the news. He's been my ghostwriter the whole time.
I had to give me some artists earlier. Now I get to fucking torture you here.
I love torture. That's my mom.
I wrote down some of the artists and their albums. I'm going to have you rank them from your favorite to least favorite. We're going to start old school with Outkast. You've got Southern Playlist, Cadillac Music, AT-Aliens, Equimini, Stankonia, Speakerbox, and Idlewild.
So I would say Idlewild last for me. Equimini is number one. Speakerbox is number two. Stankonia is number three. And I said Idlewild was last. So the other one that I'm drawing a blank on has to be four.
I can't hate it.
Oh yeah, AT-Aliens. AT-Aliens, I don't know. I feel like that's tied with Stankonia. I don't think that's number four. I think that's tied.
You got J. Cole.
Oh yeah.
Cole World, Born Sinner, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, For Your Eyes Only, KOD, and The Off Season.
Okay. So my favorite one of Cole's of all time is definitely Born Sinner. I'll play Born Sinner like I play Kanye's albums. Like I play that a fucking lot. So I'll say Born Sinner. Then I'll say For Your Eyes Only, which is kind of controversial because not a lot of people like that, but For Your Eyes Only. Damn, no, never mind. 2014 has to go before For Your Eyes Only. Because 2014 Forest Hill Drive gets almost as much tick as Born Sinner. So 2014 Forest Hill Drive is definitely second. Then For Your Eyes Only. Then then KOD. Then Off Season, then Cold World.
Like, for me, it's kind of funny with J. Cole and Kendrick, because if you listen to Cole World, it doesn't really sound like what J. Cole sounds like now. But if you listen to Kendrick's projects from that same time period, he sounded the same his whole fucking career.
Yep. And that's why it's easier to rank Cole's because sonically his sound different each go around.
Yeah.
Like it's not really the same play. Like Kendrick's is gonna be hard because I know that's gonna fucking come. Kendrick's is gonna be hard because it's like Outkast. Outkast albums, it's basically any rank that you put them could be good because you fucking like every single one of their projects is gas. Cole's, you can see the like steady progression. Yeah. So that's why his is a little bit easier.
You lucked out. I didn't do Kendrick to you.
Yeah.
Got T.I.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna let you pick a time range because I'm not gonna name every fucking album T.I. has dropped.
I'm just gonna say my favorites then.
That works.
My
If you
top
need names, let me know.
is that one with Dead and Gone on it. I'm terrible with names.
That would be fuck. It's either No Mercy or Paper Trail, I think.
Paper Trail. Paper Trail is my number one for him. King, the self-titled album, is my second. I fuck with that. I think it's called King.
It's called King, yeah.
So Paper Trail, King. So Paper Trail's first, King second. Then I would say No Mercy. I love No Mercy. And then Urban Legend. Urban Legend is my 4. And then fuck the rest.
And fucking trap music should have been named.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
but
Rubber Band Man? What?
that's on trap music?
Yeah.
Then that's 5. Because I'll be forgetting. I thought that was on Urban Legend.
So, now we got Kanye.
You ain't got to tell me. So, number 1 is College Dropout. Fuck what everybody says. Number 1 is fucking College Dropout.
Thank you.
2, yeah, never mind. I lied. Not fuck what everybody says. Number 1 is definitely fucking My Beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. Sorry, I forgot. That's number 1.
That's my number 2.
Yeah, number 2 is College Dropout. Number 3 is Graduation. So it's Dark Fantasy, College Dropout, Graduation, and motherfucking he's a get it right there. Yeah, my Dark Fantasy is number 1. And then number 3 is Graduation. Number 4 is The Life of Pablo. Yeah. I don't fuck with Yeezus, so Yeezus is last for me.
What about 808s?
Oh, fuck, I forgot 808s. 808s is actually after College Dropout. See, I'm terrible with names, but so Dark Twisted Fantasy, College Dropout, 808s Heartbreak, Graduation,
Life of Pablo.
The Life of Pablo, Yay, Yeezus, Sunday Service. So I think mine is the actual right fucking category or listing, but I think College Dropout and Late Registration. Damn, my bad. Late Registration is before Graduation. So yeah, I told you I forget names. I listen to them bitches all the time, but I forgot. Okay, so I'm gonna go over my list for everybody watching. 1 is Dark Twisted Fantasy. 2 is College Dropout. 3 is 808s, and College Dropout and 808s can be used interchangeably. Late Registration, Graduation, The Life of Pablo, Yay, Yeezus, and the Sunday, the gospel one. Or
His
whatever.
gospel albums.
Yeah. Fuck you, Knight.
I was gonna let you just go, but Knight apparently wanted to make sure you brought up everything.
Yeah, he definitely did. Late Registration is one of my tops, though. So I tell you my top 2 favorite Kanye songs of all time. One's Family Business, and the second one is Roses, and that's on Late Registration. Those are my 2 favorite ones. Like all the other ones don't even have a list for me except I would say, what's that song with Rick Ross on it and Swiss Beats? Devil and Wears a New Dress.
Okay.
That's 3. And Gorgeous is 4. So I guess those are my top 4 Kanye songs of all time.
I can't do it. Last album ranking. Eminem. I'm gonna read you his first 6 albums. I'm only gonna make you rank the first 6.
Yeah.
Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, Eminem Show, Encore, Relapse, and Recovery.
Okay. Slim Shady LP, definitely number one. Curtain Call, number two. Or Eminem Show, my bad. Eminem Show is number two.
Why the fuck don't I have that wrote down?
Curtain Call?
Yeah. What the fuck?
So, Eminem Show, number two. I love Encore. Like, I went to the library and checked that bitch out and played every single song. I know every single song on that bitch, like, word for word. So, Encore is number three. Yeah, I think Curtain Call was his greatest hits. But, you know, fuck it. And then,
I guess technically. But his greatest hits, he always puts unreleased shit in it.
Yeah, so that's what makes it like you can mention it. But Encore, so what I say, Slim Shady LP, Eminem Show, Encore, Recovery. I loved Recovery, even though people didn't like fuck with that. That was one of my, like, I remember where I was listening to it. I think I was in 8th grade, and I played that bitch like almost every day, and I love Recovery. So Encore, Recovery.
I'm biased though. I think.
Yeah, I know. Because Marshall Mathers LP is next after that, and then Relapse, and that's my list.
So you've obviously done quite a few features.
Yeah.
What would you say has probably been your favorite verse you've given on a track?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell a backstory before I go in.
Please do.
The person I have the most competition with, and that I hate I hate and love at the same time, is Knight. Because every single fucking time, because Knight like was always like the kind of like OG to me. Right. And so when we first did a song, our first release song is Fanfare. And this nigga came in to Fanfare and wrote it in like maybe like 5 minutes outside while we were recording it. Then came and one take the fucking verse. And it was just so fucking hard. And ever since then, I'll be trying to beat his ass on every single song we do. So that's a little backstory. I would say my favorite feature verse has been favorite feature verse. So number one is 1000 by D-Night. I think I killed that verse. Number two is fucking All of My Life, me and EJ. That's my, like, that damn near tied with 1000. Like, I can't separate the two. So those are both number one, All of My Life and 1000 with D-Night. And number three is Dumb with me and Willie Cool. Because I killed that verse too. So those are my top three. Tie for one is All of My Life and 1000. And number three is Willie Cool, Dumb. And that shit goes dumb. I went stupid on that bitch too.
Who would you say is an artist that you hope that you can get to collaborate with one day if you didn't have to worry about like paying for shit?
Okay, I do a top three. I really want to work with I don't know. I think Amine would be on that list. And then I really want to fucking work with Unity TX. I feel like either Unity TX and they're a band in like the heavy metal rap type scene. And I really want to work with Turnstile or Limp Bizkit. I know. I don't really have too many rap peers that I really want to work with. Or like even R&B singers that I really want to work with. But I just think me and Limp Bizkit. Oh, not no. What the fuck their name? What is their name? Fuck.
Do they do like
The
rapping rock?
It's the group that Sticky Fingers is in. Oh, Onyx. I feel like me and Onyx can make a fucking crazy ass song. And I want to send them a song somehow, like sometime in the future, and try to get them on it. I feel like me and Onyx can make a super fucking like yelling, hyped up song. Me and Limp Bizkit could do the same. Chance the Rapper is on the list, but Chance, it really depends because sometimes I don't be in it like that type of rap mood. But Chance the Rapper is on the list because he's so unique. But yeah, Limp Bizkit, I feel like me and them can make some heat, bro. Like, I just love hype people. Like, I would say, like, top one, if things could change and he could come back, as DMX. I feel like that's one of I would say, when I got into doing yellow music, I studied him the most. So when I got into doing the hype, rap, yell music, I studied him the most. And I would love, if shit can reverse, to do a song with DMX.
I feel that. What would you say has probably been the hardest thing for you as an artist?
Getting recognized. And so I tell this story all the time to like peers. And I'm never one to like hate on somebody like doing good or nothing like that, because I love seeing people winning. But when we were first coming up, me and Elijah, same room like all the time whenever we would do music, and people would listen to it. And the reception that EJ got on his music was like, damn, this shit fire, like da 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 da. And me, when I was first starting off, like I would not get that reception. I wouldn't get that reception until like last year, for real. So the biggest motivator with me is making every song get that reaction. Like there's not going to be a song to where it's like, oh yeah, I don't really like. I feel like I'm not too pressed on everybody liking the music, but I am focused on releasing the best type of music every time, because from going to that point of like nobody really fucking with me, like rocking with me, and like said to my face, like my music is like, damn, bro, you used to be ass. Like getting that said to my face, like I feel like my biggest thing was recognition, but now it's not a hindrance. Like I don't search for it, I don't go looking for it. I still make the music that I want to make, but I am focused on winning every single trip now. I don't want to take no L's with anything I do. Even if it's a song that not a lot of people would feature on, and somebody sends me a song, I'm featuring on that fucking song, because I've been in the place of coming up and people looking at me like that and not taking my music seriously because they feel like it's not good enough to their standards. So it's hard to make a song that I dislike because of that. So, but yeah, I always get off of the track of the question, but basically the recognition was the hardest thing to come by. It still is low key, but I'm still going to make this music, and then people are going to recognize it whether they want to or not.
Facts. What would you say has probably been the most rewarding for you, man?
Just me being me, man. Like me just being me in every situation that's given to me has been the like most rewarding shit that there has been. I try to be me in every interaction. And we had a conversation over the weekend. We had all the gang together, me, Night B, and E, and my wife and his girl. And we were just all talking. And I said the thing that hit me the most is I am so open and willing to just like trust people, like kind of like blind trust. Like I just give everybody a chance, and then like I just like basically love everybody like unconditionally. And that's just me as a person. So everybody that I interact with or talk with, I just give them the utmost respect and love. And that sometimes get returned to me, not all the time, but I'm not really focused on that. Just me being me and seeing the reception that I get outside of the music shit with my peers or with people, fans, like me being able to build the relationships with the people that I have been able to build the relationships definitely have been the most rewarding in my whole career. I don't give a fuck if this shit stopped tomorrow. Like that's my favorite part. Like building it with you, building it with the people attending the live. Like, I just love all y'all niggas, even though y'all niggas is ugly. Like, the ugly need love too. Even though God might not like it, I like it. So, you know, it is what it is. But definitely, that's the most rewarding is being surrounded by dope ass people and making dope ass music and making dope ass content with those dope ass people.
If you had to approach somebody on the street and kind of describe your music to them, how would you describe your music?
I don't fucking know. This happens too much. Like, cause literally people ask me, "Oh, what do you do?" So I have brought it down to I make rap and rock, and I do a little bit of pop. That's exactly what I say now. I do rap and rock, a little bit of pop, and it's really gonna take them checking me out to really know what I do. But like, literally, I don't even. I don't even fucking know because literally, like I do it all, but I can't tell them I do it all, or they might be turned off. You know what I mean. So
Now, you haven't got to do too many music videos, but how many would you say you've gotten to do so far?
I got 3. I got gifted, gifted my heart and safe place, and the reason being is because I feel like I make a lot of music, and I have made a lot of music, and I haven't got that out to the fans. So I took a back seat of doing music videos, but that's going to start ramping up again. So I got 3 underneath my belt that are actually music videos. I got some live performances. I'm featured in some other people's music videos, but 3 is the only one I got under my belt, but many more are coming.
So we need to get you some music videos for this like new wave you're doing.
Yeah, that's what. And
we could make some pretty dope skateboarding music videos to this shit, man.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about picking up skateboarding because I used to do that shit as a kid. So it's gonna be definitely funny seeing my big ass fucking wipe out and shit.
How many live shows have you got to do so far?
So back when Dayton was popping, I did quite a lot. Probably I would say at least 5 or 6. I mean that's not like quite a lot, but that's a good amount. I did one in Shelbyville, so I did about 7. But what I'm about to do now, what I'm getting ready to do, is since now I live in Indianapolis, Chicago is about 3 hours away. Indianapolis has like a couple open mic scenes popping up. St. Louis is about 3 hours away. Louisville is 1 hour and 45. Nashville is 4 hours. I'm going to start hitting up open mics in those respective locations. Dayton when they have them, Cincinnati when they have them. Like, so I'm going to be popping out doing a lot of more live shit. I just been trying to build up my back catalog. So when I start doing these shows, I can use I want to do live performances. So I don't want to have backing tracks all the way through. And I want to give them niggas a show. And then so they'll check me out and got a whole catalog to come back to. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. But about 6 or 7.
Do you remember the first time you performed live?
A talent show. That's the first time I performed live, man. I didn't count those in my like professional performances, but shit, every single talent show I got to do in high school, I was rapping. So, and like, I want to punch this girl in the face. Like, not really, but like, her name is Jayla, and we were in band together at Wayne. And that performance was so fucking cringy looking back on it. But she recorded it, bro. She recorded it and sent it to my wife because they went to college together. And she was like, I recorded this and thought you should see it. And I was like, bitch, I swear to God. I was so fucking mad, bro. And the song was so fucking cringy. I came up with a dance to it and everything. Like, it was bad, bro. It was bad as fuck. And the funny thing is, I don't get this reception now. Every time I do a crowd, it's typically lit. But the crowd was dead as fuck in a talent show, too. And I was like, bro, this is so fucking cringy. But that shit was hilarious. I can't believe she sent that shit to my wife. I was ready to beat both of their asses. Hers for sending it and my wife for actually watching it. I was so fucking mad.
So that brings us to our last game of the interview. This or that. I'll present 2 artists to you, and you'll tell me which one you'd rather ride around listening to in a car.
Okay.
We're going to start with G-Unit or Slaughterhouse.
G-Unit? You know what the fuck? Slaughterhouse is cool, but like they don't got... G-Unit got too many shit. Like I could get turned up to G-Unit. Slaughterhouse got too many rappers.
Cardi B or Nicki Minaj?
Cardi B. Nicki Minaj is weird to me. She got more like shit, but Cardi B is more of a genuine person. So I don't even judge it off of music sometimes. Like I just fuck with Cardi as a person. So I'm definitely listening to that motherfucking Bodak Yellow Up. That new song that she got with fucking Dirk and Kanye, Gas too. I fuck with that.
Unpopular opinion. She out-rapped both of them on that track.
I think Dirk did. So that is an unpopular opinion because Dirk fucking spazzed on that to me. But yeah, she did do good though. She held her own for sure.
XXXTentacion or Juice WRLD?
X. I would say X
I
because
see that.
I vibe with X. X's narrative more in his music. I don't think his narrative as a person I fuck with more, but I fuck with his narrative a little bit more because I'm not really into like drug uses and stuff. I feel like if I was on that wave, I'd listen to Juice more.
Machine Gun Kelly or Kid Cudi?
Kid Cudi. I just don't like Machine Gun Kelly, bro. And it just sucks because I fucked with I fuck with 100 Miles and Running, his mixtape. That's one of my favorite mixtapes of like my mixtape listening run at that time. But I just feel like the punk shit that he does now is just so contrived. And so that's why I don't fuck with him. And Kid Cudi, like I said, genuine, like he always genuine, and he got so much psychedelic type of bops that you just play and you just like zone out while you're driving down the road. So
G-Eazy or Jack Harlow?
I like when you said G-Eazy. Who the fuck? If anybody has ever said G-Eazy on this thing, they need to go jump off a cliff with that nigga.
Dude,
like,
I don't know who else to put Jack against. Fuck. I could use Mac Miller instead. I'm gonna do
Mac
that.
Miller, yeah. Mac Miller's washing Jack if I'm listening in the car, but Jack Harlow over fucking G-Eazy, fuck with me, get some money, whatever his last name is, any day.
Kevin Gates or Joyner Lucas?
Kevin Gates. I hate Joyner Lucas.
What?
I hate him with a passion, bro. I hate him.
The fuck?
Bro, it's so funny because I keep saying genuine, but I feel like he just makes that like woke type music just because it got him views. And once he got trapped in that shit, he was so vindictive and petty. Like when he got trapped in that making woke type music, he wanted to branch off and be who he actually is and make like little babyish type music, like he said. Like I could do that too. But I feel like he locked himself in too early and it bit him in the ass. And I didn't like that response when he was talking about that. Because I feel like if you got the privilege to make music with a higher platform, there's no bitching for you. Like everybody's trying to be in your shoes. So you can't bitch that you want to make that song or this song. Just fucking make music and then do whatever you fuck you want. He can literally make that music and not complain about it and just release it. And he would be cool. Like nobody would really give a fuck and people will listen, but it's the complaining for me. So Kevin Gates, definitely. I got 2 phones, so he definitely getting played. He definitely getting sick.
Lupe Fiasco or Wale?
This is a hard one. This is the best one you gave me. This is the best one you gave me. Ooh, Lupe.
Two iconic
Lupe.
tunes.
It's Lupe. Wale. He had so many bangers when I first started fucking with him. Like Ambition, one of my favorite albums. His More About Nothing mixtape, one of shaped my youth damn near. I love that fucking mixtape. Florin mixtape, I love it. Gifted, I loved it. But his projects after that shit just are mid. He don't never hit as hard as he's supposed to. Because Wale, dope ass lyricist, dope ass writer, but he tries to do too much variation too soon. So Lupe, he don't never miss. He don't got a project where I'm every single project he has ever released can get tick with me. So Lupe for sure. Pseudo Youth is one of my favorite albums, almost of all time. So
Mac Miller or Logic?
Mac Miller. Logic is corny, bro. Logic is corny. And the bad thing about Logic is I love Logic. I loved him. So I loved him. Midnight Marauders. Welcome to Forever. No, Midnight Marauders. Welcome to Forever, I think. When he released that mixtape is when I got put on to Logic. And that and Becoming King by King Los and More About Nothing by Wale was my most played anything of ever, my high school years. Then Mission, the Incredible Mission, I think it's called. I love that project. I love, is it Bobby Tarantino's run series? I love the Bobby Tarantino series. But until he got to the newer shit, when he dropped the Suicide song, when he got to that project and the projects that would follow, except for this new project, I think the new project's fire. But the projects that would follow,
thank you. Yeah.
He talked about him being biracial too much. Because being black and my mom's 50-50 down the middle. And so I'm just a little bit of mix. I'm sprinkled with the white. But him being half and half white, I feel like he had an identity crisis almost every album when he got to that point when he dropped the Suicide song. After he got to that point, it was almost every other track was about him being mixed. And the ambiguities and the outlash that he got for being mixed. And it took away from his writing power because he is such a powerful writer, and focusing on that every other song or how many songs he did, it was just oh my God, bro. But this project he just dropped and the project before, gas. I loved his retirement project and I love this project that he just dropped. So he's coming back. But Mac Miller, he is just the staple of rap music and the staple of being himself. And when you just cruising at 80 and you got his smooth ass just rapping or doing whatever he's doing on there, there's no other film like that.
I will say about Logic to what you were saying, his new tape I really fuck with, Vinyl Days.
Yeah, I fucked with that heavy.
He went and got some old fucking rappers to come hop on that shit with him. But yeah, Under Pressure was the first album of his I ever listened to, and I fucked with it. Yeah. And then I liked the 1-800 song because it has a great meaning, and the music video was very powerful. But yeah, he even makes jokes now about how often he was bringing up that he's mixed.
He was he was yeah, I fuck bitches and get money, but I'm mixed. So the bitches will laugh at me and run from me. He would just contradict everything he's saying. I'm bro, what is the logic? What is the logic to doing that? You fucking up your own shit. So yeah. And who else kind of sucks at rapping but makes great songs sometimes is Russ. I hate Russ, but
I feel that.
But yeah, Knight said, "Welcome to Forever Fire." Welcome to Forever is not on any of the mixtape platforms anymore, and I'm ready to fucking shadow box Logic because I wanted to listen to that shit so bad. Ballin' and his intro. I think the intro is Welcome to Forever. But Ballin' and his intro is one of my favorite songs, and I've been craving to listen to it. I'm I don't want to go to YouTube and listen to it. I just want that shit on my phone so I can play it all the time.
Wiz Khalifa or Young Thug?
This is tough, dude. And it's tough for not good reasons, but it's tough. The fucking cargo shorts, Vans era in me has to say Wiz Khalifa. That whole moment in his career was so iconic because that was my whole fucking high school was around when he really was in his bag dropping. But Young Thug is so fucking like so good with his melodies. Like he don't make the most meaningful songs or whatever, but his melodies sculpt modern day rap music. I would say Young Thug. Just because Wiz, I listened to Wiz's album with Cardo last year, and I liked that a lot. But I liked Punk by Young Thug just a little bit better than I liked that, so I had to go with Thug.
Tory Lanez or Chris Brown?
Chris. Like, that's a GOAT, and the other nigga's hairline's receding, so I would have to say Chris Brown is definitely my pick. But Tory Lanez is a phenomenal mind, but yeah, Chris Brown's a GOAT. He's going down as a legend, so.
Bruno Mars or The Weeknd?
Bruno fucking Mars. Anybody that says The Weeknd doesn't love music. Like,
Silk Sonic's fucking dope, man.
Silk Sonic's dope, and his old shit.
Yeah, and his own shit.
Fucking treasure. That's just what. And then you got fucking Catch a Grenade. You know how many of us in middle school was fucking crying in a pillow? Or like middle school, high school, niggas crying in the, I'll catch a grenade. Like, nigga. So that, like, Bruno, he's fucking, his performances too. You're not going to get a performing artist that can write the way Bruno does, that can entertain the way Bruno does, and that can put together sound like Bruno. Like, because he did Silk Sonic. He can say, fuck, I'm done with making, like, heavy R&B shit. I'm going back to pop. Then his next pop album be the biggest fucking thing. He writes for so many people. It's just like, he washes Weeknd in a way that Breezy washes Tory. Like, Bruno is going to be down as one of the greatest of all time, performance-wise and writer-wise and performer-wise in general. So I feel like they're just on two different tiers. And yeah, I'm happy you asked me that because I'll be getting pissed every time somebody says The Weeknd over him. Because The Weeknd makes sonically good music, like vibe music and shit, but he doesn't do it to the level that Bruno's on. And that comes with experience too, because Bruno's been in the game way longer than The Weeknd.
Here's a fan favorite. Erykah Badu or Lauryn Hill?
You going to hell. I don't know. This is tough. This is a tie. I can't. Both of the queens get fucking equal tick. Both of them get equal tick because you can't separate them. Like, I gotta play both of them.
Stevie Wonder or Michael Jackson?
I know y'all gonna hate me because I've been saying the GOAT thing. Michael is a GOAT. But I gotta go with Stevie Wonder, baby. And I go with Stevie Wonder. And I just love Stevie Wonder. Like, Michael, I feel like I listen to him so much that it's just ingrained. I just recently got introduced to Stevie Wonder by my wife. Like, I never really listened to Stevie Wonder, and then my wife put me on. So I think that's why he'll get more tick, just because I done played the fuck out of Michael Jackson. Right. And the crazy thing is, growing up, I didn't really know too much about Prince either. And my wife is a huge Prince fan. She put me on to Prince. And I'm like, damn, I love Prince more than I like Michael for various reasons. Like, Prince was just so fucking sweet. So, yeah, Stevie Wonder, just because I just got put on to Stevie. But if we're talking about, like, all my life and I had to choose who I could listen to, like, for the rest of my life, I would have to go with Michael Jackson, obviously. But
there's a reason Prince isn't on my list of these games because to me he's a fucking icon. So there's no
he's the king of pop, man.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Music Soul Child or Drew Hill?
I had to say Music Soul Child. Music Soul Child. But that was a tough one too, but I had to say Music Soul Child because his voice is just like, it's like peace, and how he's able to live in the higher range has always been so fucking crazy to me.
DMX or Ja Rule?
Rough Riders, you know what the fuck. I gotta go with DMX.
Jay-Z or Nas?
That's a good one. D-Night's gonna hate me, but I gotta say Nas. D-Night's probably punching the air. He's texting every letter in the alphabet right now, but I gotta go Nas.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be salty about that answer.
Yeah, he gonna wish something bad on me tonight. Nah, I'm playing, but nah, he just loves Jay-Z, and I like Jay-Z, but I like Nas a little bit more.
Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac for sure. And it's crazy because it's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing with like Stevie Wonder. I ain't get hip to Biggie until recently. Not recently, but like more recently. He's at home clear now. I told you, Nice over there fucking, that nigga fucking about to summon the rest of the Power Rangers on us. Like, but nah, like, fuck, what was I saying? Yeah, fucking, who was it again?
Pac or Biggie?
Oh, Pac. Okay, Pac, because like my whole shit for real, I love the West Coast more than I like even listen to East Coast artists. So, and I just loved how Pac pushed it together. Even though they say like Biggie's the better lyricist and shit, I always felt that Pac was the better lyricist to me. But I think it's because he made more relative music to me than Biggie. Like Biggie was how I kind of am as an artist, like a fun-loving, like I'm gonna give you these bars type of artist. Like I'm not a giving you bars type of artist, but I'm a fun-loving, like life of the party type artist. And I feel like Biggie was much so on that range. But Pac, just the music he made is like fucking generational anthems. Like Keep Your Head Up, Changes, like Thug's Mansion, like, and he would make the fucking hype song, like fucking the song he got with Bone Thugs that I'm blanking out, Thug Love. Like he could do the fun, get around type of songs, and you know, do the fun type of ones. But he also made anthems for our generation. So for that, I gotta bump my nigga Pac a little bit more because I just love West Coast sound too. So
Keith Sweat or Luther Vandross?
Luther. Here and now. Like Dance with My Father. Like I remember crying to that song. Like I just love Luther way more. So I definitely gotta go with Luther, but that's a good one. But Luther all the way. And I like Fat Luther. Some people don't like Fat Luther, but I like Fat Luther. So
what's funny is I wish I could. I want to say it was my dude, young Reese dude. When I asked that question, he said, "We talking Big Luther or Little Luther?" Like he specifically asked which Luther I'm supposed to be giving.
See, Big Luther was singing from his belly, so that's why I fuck with Big Luther. But yeah, and on the side note, I think the most comparable person to Luther Vandross in our like recent history would have to be Jaheim. And I feel like Jaheim don't get as much as the love that he deserves, but that's one of my favorite like R&B artists ever too.
Next one's pretty old school, so if you need a pass, you can.
Yeah.
Mobb Deep or UGK?
UGK. UG fucking K. I love Pimp C and goddamn fucking the other nigga that I can't think of right now. Don't tell me. Isn't it Slim Thug? Or am I tripping? Pimp C and Thug? I don't know.
I don't remember that.
I can't remember who was the counterpart in the group. He said I need to put you on. Oh, Bun B. I don't know. Look, niggas, I'm drunk. This wasn't water I was drinking on this whole time. So I forgot. So y'all gonna have to give me a pass. But yeah, Bun B, yeah. So, because I love Bun B's solo career too. So UGK for me all day. My beat is fucking sweet though. But I had to go with UGK. And they the voice of the South to me, at least. Like their group is just like untouchable to me. And I also love Scarface too. Like that's one of my like top. So
Pusha T or Kanye?
Pusha T, we talking about rapping, but I gotta blast Kanye every single time in the whip because Kanye fucking goes nuts. Like I don't care. Like I'll sing at the top of my lungs any Kanye song. And but Pusha T is definitely the better lyricist. Like there's no like denying that. But Kanye is like how I want to be fun and like not too serious in my lyrics, but then also deliver some serious like shit sometimes. Like I feel like Kanye is like the pinnacle of that. He could talk about his like struggles with his mental, but then say couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. Like he could say shit like that, but he's talking about being self-conscious and shit. So like Kanye is like GOAT tier to me.
Lil Wayne or Drake?
Lil Wayne. I love Drake though, so that's like hard, but I love older Lil Wayne. Like older Lil Wayne gets more tick than Drake. Like I literally just had to go. I would say like a month ago, I had to go and re-add all of the Drake shit. Like his whole catalog, I had to go add. I'm like, damn, I don't got this shit saved. Like nothing was the same and shit. But I listened to I listened to Carter 1, Carter 2. I don't listen too much to Carter 3. I would say Carter 1 and Carter 2 gets like a shit ton of tick in my whip. Like I love hoes. Let's just talk about hoes. And I love I love Carter 1 so much and I love Carter 2 so much. So that's why. Because I don't listen to too much Drake in my car at all.
You want my unpopular opinion?
Yeah.
Carter 3 and Carter 5 are my two favorite Lil Wayne albums.
Isn't the Carter 5 the more recent one?
Yeah.
Is that the one with Mona Lisa on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Carter 5 is good. I just don't play too much new Wayne. And
Dr. Carter on Carter 3 is probably one of my favorite tracks of his all time. Just it's so fucking full of bars.
I would say top 3 of the Drake catalog. I feel like nothing is the same as number 1 in Drake's whole catalog. And I feel like if you're reading this is Too Late's number 2 and Take Care is number 3. So I just want to say that for everybody so they can get mad in the comments that I didn't put Take Care as number 1.
Me, you, and D-Night, because D-Night had given me Drake for his artist for the album rankings. Mm-hmm. And we and him both also agreed that Nothing Was the Same as Drake's best album.
Yeah, Nothing Was the Same was fucking gas. And he hasn't been able to do that again.
At least I think so. Okay, yeah. There we go. I was about to say I'm gonna feel like a fucking idiot if I just misquoted Night in the comments. Do you know who Ransom is?
Yeah.
Ransom or Joe Budden?
Ransom. I feel like Joe Budden is a like spectacular lyricist, but I like Ransom's music more.
Royce the 5'9" or Benny the Butcher?
Royce. I love fucking Royce. So fucking long. Like, so my introduction to Royce in general was definitely Bad Meets Evil.
Yeah.
And I love Bad Meets Evil. And then I got into fucking Royce's catalog, listened to all his mixtapes, and I love Royce. So, but Benny the Butcher's kind of tough because he's like a modern day, like, trendsetter type in the hip hop world. But Royce, that nigga he's GOAT level too.
Gucci Mane or Jeezy?
And so I seen Thrizzy say Jeezy, but he didn't say why. If you from fucking anywhere in the Dayton area and you don't say Jeezy, you just don't know. Like Jeezy, it has to be Jeezy. Jeezy is Dayton, Michigan. Even though he's Atlanta, he's so intertwined in Dayton, and not a lot of people know that. But he's so intertwined in Dayton as much as he is Michigan, and so for that I gotta say Jeezy because he gives Dayton an enormous amount of love. So Jeezy over Gucci, but Gucci, that nigga's a trap goat, so you can't write him off all the way. But just because I'm from Dayton, I gotta say Jeezy.
T.I. or Ludacris?
Luda! I gotta say Luda. I gotta say Luda because that's driving to Luda get me hyped. Driving T.I. get me hyped, but Luda was just so fucking funny and so fucking gas. When I move, you move. And he can make a song for the bitches as well as be funny as fuck, like just making like random shit. So I gotta say fucking Luda because he's a one in a lifetime talent to me. Because you can't, not too many niggas could be a street nigga and be funny as fuck in their songs.
So I was about to point that out. Like Eminem has always been funny, but he's not like Luda. Like it's different cultures. And Luda and Cameron are probably two good people who get underrated for their lyrical bars that are fucking hilarious as shit.
For real. That nigga, and it's just so, like, because when you driving, you getting turned, and then you rapping, like, this nigga is really a clown, but you just getting turned to it. Like, T.I. is such a staple in trap music, though. He's like, he's the originator in his mind, but I definitely will say that Luda would get more tick because I just enjoy listening to that nigga's music so much more.
Gunna or G Herbo?
G Herbo, Swervo. I gotta say G Herbo. I love Gunna, but nothing beat a nigga that's actually rapping. Like Gunna's doing a lot of melodic shit. And so I would have to say Swervo, because Swervo really giving you bars.
Young Dolph or Nipsey Hussle?
RP both of them. I would say Nipsey. I could listen to Nipsey more than I listened to Nipsey more than Dolph before they passed, but I always loved Dolph. But Nipsey, he was getting more tick prior too. So,
okay. Outkast or Wu-Tang?
All right, guys, we're done. Now I'm playing. This is hard. I would say Outkast. Just because how I am personally and how my music is, like, I always want to strive to be different. And Outkast was just different. And that's any type of fucking way you split it. They were different. Their music was gas. And like I said before, I kept up with all their solo shit. Like Big Boy, I listened to like his solo shit all the way, and Andre hasn't dropped no solo shit, like just a project, but I love Andre's solo shit too, but they were just so different. And I would say they're like an inspiration too, because they would do whatever the fuck they wanted, and like they had Goody Mob doing whatever the fuck they wanted. And I just love that because both of them made better songs than Wu-Tang, because Wu-Tang was just 11 niggas or however many niggas was in Wu-Tang just rapping, and you could see the superstars in the group. ODB, Meth, Red, and everybody was dope in their own respect, but you did have like Ghostface, Raekwon, like you had those as standouts. Like Outkast, both of them stood out, and you don't get that too many times with the duo. You don't get that too much times with somebody that's doing shit like that.
Eminem or The Game?
Unpopular opinion, because I've seen Thrizzy answer this too. I will play the fuck out of Eminem. And I even like Kamikaze. Like, I like Kamikaze. I like music to be murdered by. Like I said, it's hard for me not to like something. So I will even play his newer shit in the fucking whip. I don't give a fuck who looks at me sideways. Nigga, I'll be pulling up to red lights playing Tonight Will Be the Night That I Fall For You. So I don't give a fuck if I'm playing fucking Eminem. These niggas out here be pressed of the nigga looking over at them. Nigga, I'm playing motherfucking Blink 182 and shit, so I don't give a fuck. I'm blasting Eminem. He killed Kim in the 3 songs. He killed Kim 8 different ways in the 3 songs I just played, but I'm still playing them, so I don't give a fuck.
50 Cent or Jadakiss?
50. Jada is a fucking GOAT, and he got bangers, but will you love me when I was down? Like, 50 just got so much, like, fucking, like, classics. 21 Questions, Mini Men, fucking Candy Shop, fucking all his shit. Like, you can play his shit, all his albums from start to finish, and you won't get tired of it. Like, Jadakiss, you might get tired of the way that nigga is rapping, so... Yeah, I know Jada got harder bars than Fifth got way better, like, just bangers. Like, you could just play his shit and just be chilling, so.
D Smoke or Cordae?
Cordae. I'll tell you why. D Smoke, I fuck with him, but Cordae's, this shit that he came out with. See, I can't remember names. His album that was so critically acclaimed that he got nominated for a Grammy. That album is what I wanted my earlier career to be. Like, I wanted to make that type of music, and I just loved everything about that album. His new album was ass cheeks to me, but I love that album so much that it has to be him. D Smoke. I play his albums all the way through, and they're actually saved on my phone. I don't save a lot of people's albums on my phone. But Cordae, just because of that one album, I play that album before any D Smoke song.
I can't believe you said that about From a Bird's Eye View, man.
Bird's Eye View, that's what. Oh, no, that was the new one. I didn't fuck with that. I fuck with it, but it's just like what Roddy Ricch did. So Roddy Ricch dropped a fucking classic. His Sorry for Being Antisocial, classic. Then he dropped that new shit. His Roddy Ricch's new shit was just like about bitches, his current lifestyle, bitches, money, cars, and like him doing whatever the fuck. And Cordae came in so deep, like so vulnerable. Then he did the same shit Cordae did, not Cordae, but Roddy Ricch did, where he's rapping about his current lifestyle, like 50K as an apology. Or like he's just rapping about this materialistic shit when they presented to us, like first type fans, they presented to us like this deeper level of like consciousness is what they push. Like they push like Roddy was innovative with melodies, his voice, his sound, and then he fumbled the bag on his next one because he reverted back to some like basically some just ignorant I'm winning type shit. When we know them for being deeper. Like their handshake to us, their first album that people paid attention to was on a deeper consciousness. So I feel like when you revert back, like, nah, like I can't fuck with that because you already showed me better than this type shit.
I'll respect it. E40 or Twista?
E40. I love E40 so fucking much. Like, I feel like, so Twista, I feel like he's given his respect. Like, people will talk about Twista and he's giving his respect. But E40 is one of the fucking goats of the game. Like, E40 don't get his respect that he deserved, nigga. He had niggas almost dying out here trying to fucking follow the instructions to his song. Gas, brake, dip. Like, you fucking, like, niggas is almost dying to that fucking song, and y'all won't give him the respect that he deserves. Like, E40 just, like, I feel like he don't get the respect that he deserves. I feel like West Coast niggas give him the respect that he deserves, but, like, nobody else do. Like, it's, like, sprinkled in. But Twista is, like, universally respected, but I feel like E40 all day.
The Locks or Dipset?
The Locks. I like what them niggas was spitting. I like how they was spitting. Dipset had a lot of misses for me, so I gotta say the Locks for sure.
Goody Mob or Bone Thugs and Harmony?
The Ohio in me wants to say Bone Thugs so fucking bad, but nobody is fucking like Goody Mob is just one of them other groups that just top tier. Like, even Bone Thugs is like that too, but Goody Mob, bro. Goody Mob for sure. Hey, see, nice saying Bone. The Ohio in me wants to say Bone. And V saying Bone. The Ohio in me wants to say Bone. But I do fuck with Goody Mob a little bit more. But maybe that's because I was in the South most of the time. So maybe I was more exposed to them my childhood.
Yeah, could be it. Got 3 left. 21 Savage or Kodak Black?
Kodak. No, I lied. Nope, I didn't lie. I like Kodak. I like Kodak a little bit more. But they're damn near tied, to be honest. They're neck and neck. Because I do play both of them like almost an equal amount. So, but I like Kodak's. I like 21 Savage's vibe a lot, but I just like Kodak's whole like energy, even though he's a little bit weird. So yeah.
Absol or Schoolboy Q?
Schoolboy. Absol's dope, but I just like Schoolboy's music a little bit more. Yeah, Absol is boring. Schoolboy Q definitely got a lot more bangers than Absol. That nigga Absol be getting low-key cared by features too, for real. You want to know who I fuck with more than even Absol? I mean, Schoolboy Q though, and this might be controversial or whatever the fuck, I don't care. I love ASAP Ferg. Like, ASAP Ferg, I would listen to ASAP Ferg over Schoolboy Q.
Last one, J. Cole or Kendrick?
This is tough. So, as of recent, Kendrick's been getting more tick because we're going to see Kendrick in Nashville. I don't know. I think adult me has to say Kendrick. Because Kendrick makes more, like, this whole, and I think it's really because of this project. This project speaks to any adult way more than I feel like any album ever of recent does. Because I feel like the shit that Kendrick voiced on this album is what niggas go through on a day-to-day. Like, whether it's fighting with their bitch like that or whatever the fuck, or if it's somebody growing into the person that they want to be. I feel like Kendrick set him apart from Cole. Because Cole, who's been releasing pretty much consistently, like doing features in the public eye, like doing all the right things, he wasn't able to trump the impact that this one album that, like, because all the other Kendrick albums are impactful too, but this one album kind of overshadowed all the legwork that J. Cole was putting in this year or the years prior to. And it literally took one album to do that. So I have to say Kendrick just because of the narrative that he spoke with on this album. But if any other time, if Kendrick didn't drop this album, it would have been tied.
that, I think it's We Cry Together.
Yeah, We Cry Together is fucking crazy. And I be getting kind of turned on every time that song come on, but it's because like that should be happening. But I think I Choose Me, I'm Sorry. I think that song is so fucking powerful. Like just that hook. It just like it's a different feeling. That whole album is just a different feeling. And I don't think anybody that's out right now can deliver that feeling that Kendrick did with this album. And I loved how people was hating on it. He said turned on is crazy. Hey, you know, if you ever cussed out a bitch and the shit went that way, and then when she says, fuck me, and it's just so convincing. It's just so convincing. I'm like, well shit, I might have to fuck you, you know? I might have to just throw a little dick virtually to you, you know? But anyways, like I just feel nobody had touched like, and so much people were hating on it at first, like, oh, duh. But I feel like 5 years, 10 years, 2 years, 1 year. Anybody that hated on the album is gonna go through something and be like, God damn, I needed this album. Like, so I feel like not a lot of people can do that. So
What would you say is more important to you, your monthly listeners or your followers on Spotify?
none of that shit. So I think what's most important to me is my followers on Instagram. I think followers on Instagram for sure, because the people that I have on my Instagram is people that I went out and built relationships with, like damn near all of them. Like I do got some random bitches and some scammers thrown in there, but everybody that I have on my Instagram is kind of like a community family. And I don't care because before Whiteout, because Whiteout's getting some traction in the punk community. Before Whiteout, I was averaging 21 listeners on Spotify. That never hurt my pride, never did anything. But the people that I have on my Instagram, like complete strangers, like I will, I got two niggas out in Canada, Ryan and Kai, and though, like I met them off of SoundCloud Exchange. And I got another two people. Chicago named. Their rap names is Teddy. Teddy Truman is his Instagram name, but Teddy and Jane versus Jane. Like me meeting them off that platform and then building a relationship on Instagram and everybody else. Yeah, we save the West. Yo, yeah, Ryan. Like they are like damn near my support system as much as Knight, B, EJ are my support systems in real life. They're my support systems in real life too. And I think my Instagram following is way more important to me than anything else, because no matter if I stop rapping tomorrow or whatever, I'm never going to stop rapping, but the people that I've been able to connect with on my Instagram means so much more than me than like shit, these NPCs in my real world. Like, because even me and you, like, we built this relationship over like online type shit. But like, you're one of my closest friends that I will consider too. Like in my life, like I know if I'm feeling some type of way and I need to text anybody, like you included, I know that y'all will be there for me. So I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Because first of all, like we already know, I'm building all of this shit just being me. And to have 100, not even 100, to have 50 people out of the 600 followers that I have on Instagram, to have those 50 people rock with me the way that they do, I don't give a fuck about none of this other shit. Like, I just want to build connections, touch people with music, and make the best music that I can make. I don't care about none of the rest.
So, when I was trying to do research the last two nights, both you and Thrizzy have like scrubbed your Instagrams. Is that something as an artist you do to prep for new releases, get rid of old content that's on your pages?
I get rid of old content just because I feel like if somebody does look at my page and they see, like, they look at my page and they just see cover art, and I'm not giving them anything else, then they're like, oh man, this nigga's just about his music, you know what I mean? And so I want to get out there, do more photo shoots to get more photos, or like to have more pictures and more stuff personally. but I just haven't been able to do that just because recently I've been on the grind since me and my wife's 1 year anniversary from us being married is coming up. I just been kind of on the grind, trying to grind and get the money so we can go and have fun. So I haven't really been like that. But after we get this done, I'm going to give more of myself to everybody. And I know dropping cover art, they're like, oh, he don't really care about a connection. He just wants me to listen to his music. So that's why I kind of like, it's only the cover art that I scrubbed. Every other post has been up for whenever, however long. But it's only the cover art ones, is the ones I scrub, because I want people to look at my page and then look at more of my posts and then look at the most recent. Like just you can give a fuck about the most recent single, but I want more so my page to be about me. But this is different too, because I had a whole other page called Leave Your Mark probably about a year ago. I built that all through high school, had about 4,000 followers, like had a lot going on that page, but everybody on that page really didn't fuck with me or my music. It was people I known in high school and like that type of shit. So I built this page because I was built like starting fresh. I'm building with the people that really care about me. So this page was just built to be just more and close. Like, because I was telling D-Night and EJ about this, everybody on my Instagram now, I've had a DM with them sometime. Like most of the people, unless it's just like complete randoms. But most of the people I have on my page, I have actually talked to in at least a couple conversations and interact with their stories and everything. So I think more so, I just want people to look at my page and it be about me, and then just like the most recent release. Because if you like the most recent release, you may listen to a song or two, and that's all that I ask, like type shit.
Kind of a callback to earlier. You had said before Whiteout, you were sitting at 21 monthly listeners. Do you know the growth since Whiteout?
Yeah, I'm at almost 500, and that's because it got picked up by this like Never Grow Up playlist. And I don't do any type of like paid promotion. It was on Submit Hub, and somebody came across it and so they just added it to it, and like I don't know if it's botted or not, because like that type of growth is not common, but it has been it's like on 15 other playlists now, like personal playlists. So after the growth of that song is why I'm sitting at there, but we got a lot of grinding to do, because the other songs are getting probably like most of them get like 20 streams after release. Most of them get like 20 streams after release. So we just got some growing to do, but I'm not too pressed on it, because I know once I get out and do these live shows, that's really going to come, because the connection with me, if you haven't had the privilege to build it online or build it through a phone, the relationships that I build at shows are just like another level. So I feel like once I start doing shows more frequently, that will all go up.
How many tracks would you say you're sitting on if you had to give a rough estimate?
Okay, so before this, before I released the 5 or 6 hour release, I was guaranteed sitting on 52. Now I am sitting on usable tracks. I'm sitting on about 32. And so, like, I mean, I'm sitting on 32, like, because they're usable. I got like 20 more, but they're kind of older. But I'm sitting on 32 that I can release. And all of them are bangers, but all of them are coming. Like, literally, I dropped Whiteout, then I dropped a 3-song EP, then I dropped Sauce Walker. I got another song coming out soon. It's already in the mastering stage. I got my cover artist working on it. And my cover artist, I've been with him since 2018. Dialed In was my fucking debut EP, and his Instagram name is 80s Baby Collection, and I built a relationship with him online too, and that's my dog. Like, we locked all the way in, but he does all my cover art, and he's working on. But the song is named "Farted at the Eulogy," and so that's the next one. So like that song's coming out probably next week sometime. Whenever I get the master, whenever I get the cover art, it's dropping immediately. And so yeah, like I'm sitting on these songs, but like Knight's been in my ass. Like he's been in my ass, no homo. He's been in my ass about fucking releasing, and I'm finally listening to that nigga. Like because literally, I was sitting on a whole bunch of shit, and I had a plan to do drop this shit this year. But now I was like, bro, just drop that shit. So I just been dropping. I've been really on my grind, just dropping music. So all this shit will be public soon, and I got a full album and a deluxe already recorded. I got an EP already recorded. Tomorrow I go in and start 3 EPs, and then I'm doing some singles too. So I got a lot of shit that I'm sitting on, but basically it's the money that's kind of hindering me because it's $619 to get one project mastered, $1,200 to get another one, and $1,600 for the album. So it's kind of money that's hindering me from releasing everything. But I know, like, I done tried to do a couple fundraising efforts, and I don't got that big of a following to do it quite yet. So I'm just grinding it on my own right now. So,
what would you say is your idea of making it in the music industry?
My idea of making it is making basically I can make my salary now. My salary now is 48K. So I make 48K right now, and that's what I live on. If I can make 48K plus off of this music shit, that's making it. I just want to make as much as I can to live, and then all the rest is just like added. Like I don't give a fuck if I just make 48K. That's it. People listen to my shit, buy merch, come to shows. If that's it, then that's it. Obviously, I will want to be one of the like stars because everybody wants that for themselves. But like, if I could just make enough to provide for my family, and I don't got any kids right now. I got a couple of fucking ugly ass dogs, but I don't got any kids. But when I do have kids, if I can take care of them, take care of my wife, and we all be comfortable, that's the only thing that I will want out of this.
What would be some advice you'd give to like younger you or someone young trying to start making music?
So I feel like younger me has played the music cards right because a lot of people were trying to change my sound when I first came out because they thought I was ass. So they were like, why don't you rap like the Migos or da 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 da? And I always stayed true to myself because I had the support system that I had that wasn't pressuring me to do that. It was just outside people. So I would say, fuck your family, one. Most of the time, families are hindrance. Like, they're a hindrance. So most of the time, your family is holding you back. So I would say, fuck your family, except for the people that you know are down for you. Because family damn near be worse than friends. Like, family will fuck your bitch before a friend does. So, like, I would say, fuck family. Build your support system. Have people around you that love you unconditionally, like because family most of the time love you with conditions. If you basically if you're doing something for them, they love you. If you're not, then it's kind of fuck you. And so you want people that love your energy, love to be around you, and want to see you win. So once you surround and it don't have to be a whole group. You can have 1 or 2 people and build off of them 1 or 2 people, and you vet everyone else that comes around and shares your energy. But I would just say separate your energy from the fuck shit. And if that's family, then so be it. Fuck them. And get around some people that fucking love you. Because once you got that love, you can do fucking anything. And K Will, I'm 24 too, so.
The little bro.
Yeah, little bro. But yeah, that's my biggest takeaway because like I said, my family ain't shit. I do love my family. And you know, family's always gonna have a part of you. But don't let them take all of the parts of you. Like, because people love you more than your family do. And I hate the people that feel like they have to put on their family. Like, I feel like putting on your immediate family, like, putting in your immediate family, you know what I mean? Like, fucking your siblings. Like, people that love you. Like, your siblings love you regardless. Put on your siblings, your mom, and your dad. That's the only people I feel like are obligated to it. Everybody else had to be there to support you. And I feel like nobody thinks like that because they think that, oh, my family's going to hit me up. Nigga, I don't answer the phone for anybody. Like, except for the people, like, I see a call and it's somebody I know that loves me, I'm going to answer that shit. But most of the time, nigga, I ignore the call and be like, oh, man, I was working. So, like, yeah. And lock in with me. I'm very open, like, and I'm very, like, I'll tell you exactly what's going on. So, U19, lock in with me. We can definitely get some shit started. And I love building with people, so.
My last question before we talk your discography, bro. What change do you want to see in your community?
So, I'm removed from Dayton. And I've only been in Indy for a little bit, but I'm going to talk about Dayton's hip-hop culture. I feel like none of the niggas you think are on another level are above you. I think everyone should take their craft seriously, should take criticism seriously. Like, and even if you think a nigga is hating, listen to what they said and be like, damn, are they kind of right? I feel like people don't take criticism good. I feel like people don't support other people good either. So my biggest thing I want to see change is niggas take the craft seriously. Like, because if your sound quality is ass. If you listen to a radio type song and you listen to your song and your song's obviously more ass than the radio song, get you a fucking better engineer or something. Like, I feel like people hide behind their sound quality so much. And I feel like a lot of niggas could be out of here if they just had a little tiny bit of better sound quality. So take your craft seriously. This is your job. You fucking hate your day job. Every creative hates their day job. You hate your day job, so why not take the job that you love seriously? So everybody, I want to see everybody take this shit seriously, upgrade what they have to upgrade, and just love one another. Because literally, everybody compares Dayton to Atlanta. Everybody does. Everybody in the scene, at least. And they say, oh, if we had as much love as Atlanta, then da-da-da-da. So change that shit. Love each other. Like, everybody can literally just support each other, share each other's shit, and everybody just shares it and gets fucking, like, shared all the fucking time. It'll reach these bigger platforms. But nobody wants to just take the time out, put egos aside, and actually love each other. So that's just ass. And that's why my team loves everything that our team got doing, and we share all each other's shit.
All right. 2018, you dropped Dialed In. What was the creative process behind that?
So Dialed In, I was just starting. This is when I was getting called ass by people and shit. But I just loved every moment of that shit. I thought this shit was the sweetest shit. And even when I went back and listened to it, I said, these songs ain't even that bad. So the creative process behind that was me just writing at home. And I would just write. And boom. Like, that's literally what Dialed In was. It was just me writing. It was like putting it on a project. But I love Dialed In. That's when I first met Tony. Like I said, his name's 80s Baby Collection. He did the cover art. And that was my biggest thing from that album. I met Tony, and we've been locked in ever since.
Then I have a question about two singles you dropped in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
Fanfare and Who Dat. Not only did you drop them under TYS Markie, you also credited Markie T.
So those releases were under Markie T first. Because I was Markie T. Same with Dialed In. But Apple, and this is why one of my songs that it's been getting like Shazammed out of the fuck. Because a lot of my fans are weird. Like, I have a lot of fans overseas out of nowhere. So one of the songs is called Bullshit, and it got Shazam 20 times out of this last 2 weeks in fucking Sweden. But it's not on Apple Music because it was Markie T first. And if I do it through DistroKid, they won't let me upload it to TYS Markie. I uploaded those two songs through like SoundCloud, and they actually let it be on both profiles. So that's the only reason. But if I could, I'll put them all under TYS Markie. But they don't let you. If you're a smaller artist, they don't let you just change your name and just put the songs out. They like basically block it from Apple, but it can be uploaded everywhere else.
Apple be fucking up, man.
Yeah, I know. It pisses me off because literally, like, bullshitting. My brother had called me. I got an 18-year-old brother. He had called me and was like, "Bro, bullshitting is so fucking hard. Why isn't it on Apple?" And I had to explain to him. He said, "Yeah, that's some bullshit." But he listens to it on SoundCloud. So bullshitting's on SoundCloud, and it's more like a D12 type of feel. I don't know if you heard that one because it's not like out, but it's on SoundCloud and Spotify.
I saw it. I almost wrote it down because didn't I? No, I didn't. Because bullshitting's just you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was getting it confused with Fanfare because I know Fanfare has D Night on it.
Yep, and I told that story.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Elijah's on it too. So if you listen to it, there's somebody extra aggressively saying bitch, and that's Elijah. So EJ is on that as well, like as in the crowd vocals. But yeah, Fanfare is probably that's my most Shazam song. I think it's sitting at 200. And like I said, it's mostly out of the country. Like people out of the country listen to songs kind of weird. Like same with We Need Justice. We Need Justice is Shazam the fuck out of in like Germany for some reason.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. I don't do too much promotion to other countries. They just fucking find it somehow.
You said that in Fanfare, EJ's yelling bitch in the background.
Yeah.
So you had brought up Sticky Fingers earlier. This is really off topic. But did you know that Sticky Fingers and Eminem have a song together?
I didn't. So
it's
called
What If I Was White?
What is it called?
It's called What If I Was White. Eminem's only part in the song is he goes, what if he was white? That's all he says in the whole song. Every time the chorus happens, it's just Eminem saying, what if he was white?
But that's just so funny to me because how like he really gets a feature credit just for saying like that one phrase. I love that shit. I would do something like that.
Then in 2020, you dropped the single Big Dog. What was the creative process behind that?
So I was working on the All Yelling project. That's going to be on the All Yelling project. And basically, I heard the beat, and I just started vibing. I was like, niggas want to talk, but can fuck with the big dog. And I was like, oh, this shit gas if I add some barks to it. Because that was recorded with Daniel Thomas. And it was just not to the quality that Ash records. So I'm sitting on the re-recorded version of that. And this is like a spoiler, I guess, or whatever. But we actually have a live dog sample on the other one. Ash's dog, Milo, is the feature on Big Dog. He's a rock mix. And he's actually barking instead of me doing it. And it's so much more crazy than the actual one out. So I can't wait till that releases. But the creative process was just, that was around the time I was getting a little bit better with lyricism too. Cause like my bars in that are way better than I would say my previous work up until that point. And it doesn't shine quite as much on the release version out now. So I can't wait till the other one comes because it highlights the bars a little bit more.
Then you released another project in 2020. It's a struggle. What was the creative process behind that? Because I know you have multiple different sounds in that album. You have a song that sounds like it could have came out of the D12 booth.
Yeah. That was, so shout out 80s Baby Collection again. His other one's T. Lamont 18 on, I think 18, I don't remember. But it's T. Lamont on, Tony Lamont on Instagram. And Why Not is the bonus song, and he has a Why Not clothing brand that I rep a lot. But anyways, I wrote that project all in one night. I was just up and I said I want to write a project, and so I was just doing it. Like the creative juices was just flowing. So I wrote all them bitches all in one night, and yeah, man, like it was so fucking fun. And that was probably the only project that I will ever do that on, just because I'm kind of more focused on getting out like quality shit now. And but yeah, the creative process behind that was I want to give them multiple flavors of me, because I don't do any one thing like more than the other.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I regret from that project is I didn't do a yelling song all the way through, because that was what I was known for in the show scene, is yelling, like talk your shit. And I didn't do a yelling song on that project, so that was one regret that I had on the project. And I thought a yelling project would be out right after, but yeah. So the first track was obviously like Kanye inspired. The next two tracks was kind of like trap melodic inspired, just kind of being in that like present wave type of feel. And then Safe Place was just like kind of an oddball fun thing that I did, because I was at the time I was writing a little bit more R&B than I am now. And then Dreams and Vision and Vision were kind of more conscious. Like I wanted to give a more conscious side, because that's the type of music that I started off really wanting to do, is conscious and like bars. So that's what Dream and Vision came about. Is I wanted to give something with bars and meaning. And Vision is about my big brother. He's in jail right now for murder, and he's in jail. He serving 20, and so Vision was more about him. Like you have these choices, and it can go either way. So um, that's what Vision is about, just like that type of entrapment. And then Haters to Friends was just like a fun farewell, and it was just more about myself type shit. And then Why Not? I talk about my relationship with my coaches and their sons, the Sidebars and the DeLucas. I talk about that, and I talk a little bit more about myself, but it's just a brand song for my friend's clothing brand.
Then in 2021, I wrote down 3 tracks of yours. We'll start with Priorities.
That was a throwaway. I wrote that in 2018. I wrote it in 2018. I have 3 more songs featured with that artist, Faith. I think she's really fucking dope. Around the time I dropped it, she was in limbo with music, but that was a throwaway song. And I wrote that about my friend at the time. I drop names because I don't give a fuck. It was my friend at the time. His name is James. And he would always ask me and Elijah for advice, but he would just never listen to what the fuck we had to say. Like he would never apply the advice that we're given, and we're like steadily having to bail him out of dumbass situations. So I can care less. Niggas never listen. I can't help it. If you can't grind and get it, no, I'm selfish. Like that shit. Like it was just about that situation. I was so frustrated. But then I try to make it about a bitch, because that would sell better than me just being disgruntled about my friend not listening to me.
Then you dropped Trust Issues.
I love that fucking song. That's one of my, because BTM Bino, he had stopped making music shortly thereafter. He had a daughter, and then I think he wanted to settle down a little bit more because of the street life. But BTM Bino, if I could make any song with somebody and not make another song with somebody like locally, I would want Bino back, bro. Because it was just a different vibe. When he came on, I don't need no friends. Because bitch, I got niggas. Like, he just came on so aggressive. I've been wanting to make another song with him, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But that's one of my favorite fucking songs. I love Trust Issues. I love it. But the creative process behind that is, I don't know, all my life. And that's what my, punk project, my punk album that I got, all my life, I feel like I was surrounded by people that really didn't give a fuck about me. And that goes back to high school when I transferred from Xenia to Wayne high school. A lot of my friends I thought were my day ones disappeared. So, like, friends betraying me and like that type of topic, it lives through a lot of my songs. So that's where Trust Issues kind of got its influence by.
Then you also dropped Angst, which you also followed up with a remix with Corey Gossett.
Yeah.
This was pretty much like the breakout of your pop punk music, was it not?
Yeah. And how this came about is I was working on Still a Struggle, the follow up to It's a Struggle. And I was like, I'm just going to listen to beats, and whatever beat pops up, I'm going to write a song to. Angst came on, and I was literally laughing throughout that whole song. Because I was just like having fun song, and I was going to say whatever the fuck. That's why I was like, shout out, like just like Uzi, all my friends are dead. George, Alexander, Hamilton, well, shit. George, Lincoln, Alexander, Hamilton, the money's so blue because the waters I'm swimming in. And like, she a bad bitch, so I took her to Papa Do's. Then she called me daddy, but I ain't her Papa Dough. Like, all them shits was just like, it was just like fun bars. And I literally was so giddy the whole time writing that. And that's how that song came to life. And so this was the intro to Ash, because Ash is my producer. He never knows what the fuck I'm going to be on in the studio. Like, that song was just completely out the blue, and he's like, bro, what the fuck? And he actually coached me through it because delivery-wise, I wasn't too comfortable in the genre. So he's been listening to the genre all of his life. And I've been listening to the genre like some of my life, but not to the extent that he was. So he coached me on like the delivery and stuff on it, and so we basically made that together. And Corey came to the studio, and he played it for him, and Corey just fell in love with the song right away. And then he was like, "Bro, you gotta let me hop on the remix." And me, being the collaborative spirit I am, I'm definitely gonna say, yeah. If you fuck with a song like that and it touches you like that, I don't give a fuck who you are. You can hop on that bitch. So Corey hopped on it, and then that was like really the blossoming of our friendship, and we really got locked in after that. And the only thing I would say about Angst that I always felt a little bit of type of way about is Corey had a bigger following than me. So when he hopped on a remix, a lot of people thought Corey wrote the song. And so I always felt a little bit of way about that because, like I said, the recognition part, like I struggled with that so much in my career. So one of my most known songs, they credit somebody else for like writing it. So I always kind of felt a little bit of way about that. But I'm just going to let my other releases speak for it type shit. So I'm not too pressed about it. But early on in the process, that really did make me feel like kind of shitty. Like, damn, like they think somebody else wrote it. So now I'm all good. Like, I'm just like, it comes with the game. But since I struggled with being acknowledged so much in my career, that kind of like has a different connotation with me.
Then that brings us to T God featuring D Night.
That song's fucking slept on. Like, I feel, because it didn't do too like much. I feel like that song slept on. But I feel like maybe it slept on with my fan base because it felt more of a D Night song because the producer that made that has done a lot of work with D Night. So I felt like that felt more of like a D Night song and me the feature than my like normal music just sounds like me. So I feel like that's why that wasn't received too well from my fans because a lot of people kind of skip over that. But I do feel that has one of my best, like it has a super great verse from both of us. So I feel like that slept on, and I feel like that should get more tick. But it might just because sonically that sounds more like D Night than it would original like Markie type of song.
Then you dropped Whiteout, which is different than any of your other tracks. It's very, very heavy.
Yeah.
A lot of
Whiteout, Ash produced it. Everything on there, Ash did. And I went to him and I said, I want a no gravity turnstile to meet a blackout turnstile. And so basically, no gravity was on their fucking hardcore punk project that they started earlier in their career. No gravity was on their like band release later in their career. And so I wanted them to meet each other. And that's how that came about. And that's like, when I do shit like that, that was a whole new style for me. I wrote like one similar song before, and that's on like my album that's going to be released. But I never really did that fully. So when I do shit like that, I second guess myself like the whole time. But I'll go through it, and I'm like, nah, this shit fire. Like, I'm just tripping. So basically, that was just the brainchild of Ashes and mine, and we came and just executed. Like, and it irritates me sometimes that hip hop people can't listen to some of the punk stuff I do, because really I'm just rapping. Like, I'm literally just over a different type of sound and beat. Like, I'm really just rapping the whole time. Because Whiteout is me just really giving bars the whole time, just over a heavy guitar. Like, I'm rapping the whole time. So that blows my mind that people can't differentiate that and like listen to it. But I love Whiteout. That has some of my best bars like in my whole career on it.
And then that brings us to your two most recent releases, Three's a Charm and Sauce Walker.
Okay. Three's a Charm. That's basically to set up my fans, and I haven't really made this like known, but it's basically to set up my fans. Every time I release a single, there's going to be two following singles that sound similar. So I put them all in the EP for that first time, just so people could see. And whenever it's my character with the afro, it's going to be hip hop based. So Three's a Charm is hip hop based because it's my dude with the afro, and all those songs sonically they sound like enough alike to be on the same project. So that's how all my releases are going to be. And then that takes me to Sauce Walker. That's when the Alien. So the Alien was on Dapper Disposition. So my Alien is going to be on my more alternative, punk, rock, emo rap type of vibes. So whenever you see the Alien, you can count on it being like alternative emo type of music. And so Sauce Walker is kind of a hip hop emo song to where it has deep lyrics, but it's kind of wavy. The next one, Farted at the Eulogy, is going to be a hyper pop type song, and that's going to have the Alien on it. And then the release following Farted at the Eulogy is going to have an Alien on it too. And I'll just give I'll put the cat out the bag. It's going to be a pop punk release. So after those three consecutive releases are sonically the same, it's going to go back to hip hop. So Three's a Charm every time. So Three is going to sound exactly like the release prior to. It's going to sound similar. And when I release the next three, they're going to sound similar. So it's basically just queuing people up for that. And they're going to get it when I get into the pattern. But, yep.
You got anything you want to plug?
Shit, man. Fucking Sauce Walker out now. TYS Markie got a big dick. And shit. Farted at the Eulogy coming out soon. Farted at the Eulogy is going to be released maybe in a couple weeks. Whenever the master gets back to me, the cover art gets back to me, that will be released. I'll have lyric videos, visualizers for every release, including Three's a Charm. Just got to get the money for it. So be on the lookout for Farted at the Eulogy. I think that song's way better than Sauce Walker. So if you like Sauce Walker, then Farted at the Eulogy is going to be way more of a vibe to me. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. I'm releasing pretty much almost every other week or damn near like consecutive weeks. So I'm releasing like this the rest of the year. So you're going to get music from me pretty much all year. And I'll say this too because I'm drunk and I'm feeling good, and I'm talking to one of my close friends. I plan on dropping 3 EPs this year too. So all these releases are going to be out. I'm going to drop a yelling EP, so me yelling the whole time. I'm going to drop Still a Struggle, the following to It's a Struggle, and it's either going to be a punk EP this year or early next year, and it's a 5-song straight hip hop EP is coming out too. So 4 EPs close in time, but I'm dropping the fuck out of music. So everybody be on the lookout. Content's going to come too. Videos, TikToks. I'm going to really get on my grind here after me and my wife's wedding anniversary, which is we're going to Nashville this Friday. I'm seeing Kendrick Lamar. So after this, I'm really locking in and just getting out a lot of shit.
All right. Be on the lookout for TYS Markie. My guy, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you too, brother. And y'all need to tune in to fucking Real Overlooked Artists. If y'all don't tune in to Real Overlooked Artists, I might eat your ass. And you heard it here first.
And if you're watching this on YouTube, all of TYS Markie's links will be in the description below. His IG, his Facebook page, his Instagram. I already said that. Fuck. His Spotify, his Apple, and his YouTube channel. I smoked before this interview, so glad this came out the way it did.
If y'all want to follow me on my actual Facebook, like personal, I'm really big on being accessible. So you can add me on my personal Facebook. I'm just Mark Thomas III. That's my government. Fuck, I don't care. So add me on that too. And if y'all don't tune into the next video, y'all can suck it then.
Take it easy, bro.
Hey, you too, brother. Much love.
Much love.